Listen closely. What you're about to hear isn't just another astrological update. This is different. This is about the pink moon arriving between the night of April 12th and the dawn of the 13th, depending on exactly where you are on this planet. And let me tell you right now, do not be fooled by the gentle name. This moon, it might look soft, like some kind of pastel dream floating in the night sky, but beneath that surface, there's a raw power stirring, an energy that's anything but subtle. This isn't just a vibe. Forget cute moon moments for your social media feed. This is a cosmic reset button being slammed. It's a turning point. And most people, they'll look up, maybe snap a picture, and completely miss what's really happening. They won't feel the high-frequency ripple that's charging this lunar energy. They won't understand that this isn't just closing a chapter. Oh no, this pink moon is ripping open a portal. And portals, well, portals don't wait for you to be ready. They don't ask permission. They shift reality, sometimes faster than you can even process. Tell me right now in the comments, have you felt it already? That strange tension in the air, that feeling that something immense is just about to break through the surface. Right, I feel it below if you know what I'm talking about. But here's the part that needs to reach you before this energy fully peaks. There's a truth circulating, a whisper in the energetic currents. This moon grants wishes. Sounds amazing, right? But hold on, because this time, those wishes, they might come with a price, or maybe, more accurately, a requirement. You must be aware. You have to understand the cosmic game board you're standing on right now. And there's something specific, something almost hidden about this pink moon that isn't being discussed in the usual circles. It involves you. Yes, you watching this right now. You're about to become a pivotal player in someone else's life story, a catalyst. And the craziest part? You might not even realize it when it happens. There's a very specific reason the universe is positioning you in this role right now, under this exact lunar energy. I will get to that. I promise. It's crucial. So keep watching. Stay locked in. But even before we unravel that mystery, there's something far more urgent you need to grasp. Because this pink moon operates under cosmic law. It has rules. And if you're out of alignment, if your internal frequency doesn't match the opportunity, the doors won't just close on you. They might close because of you. Forget what you've heard about easy manifestation. This isn't some cosmic vending machine spitting out blessings. The universe isn't handing out free upgrades this time. This pink moon, it has discernment. It's powerful, yes, incredibly so for calling things into your reality. But it's not just responding to your hopes and dreams scrawled on a piece of paper. No, this energy scans you. It reads your energetic signature. It looks at your emotional stability. Can you actually handle the blessing you're asking for? It examines your habits, your patterns, the proof in your daily actions. It's looking for solid ground. It only amplifies what's real, what's stable, what's genuinely ready to be birthed into existence. So, if you've been cutting corners, if you've been chasing those instant gratification wins without doing the deep, internal work, if you've been ignoring the intuitive nudges, pushing down the truths you know you need to face, you might feel it acutely during this time. You might feel blocked, drained, like every effort hits a brick wall, like nothing is clicking into place. Listen carefully. That's not bad luck. That's not the universe punishing you. That is divine precision. That's the pink moon reflecting your current state back to you. It doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards readiness. It rewards integrity. And if you've been asking yourself why certain goals, certain dreams feel perpetually just out of reach lately, you're about to understand. It wasn't random. The blockage wasn't arbitrary. Because sometimes, the things holding you back aren't obvious obstacles. They don't look like challenges. Sometimes they come disguised as praise. What feels like encouragement, what sounds like support, could actually be the very chain keeping you tethered to a smaller version of yourself. Beware the praise that keeps you small. During this pink moon portal, the veil thins, not just between dimensions, but between intentions. And something subtle, yet incredibly dangerous, might be sneaking around in plain sight. It doesn't announce itself as a threat. It whispers validation. It offers a comforting hand of support. It feels like encouragement. But here's the twist. The cosmic sleight of hand. Some compliments aren't designed to uplift you. They are energetic containment fields designed to keep you exactly where you are, comfortable and non-threatening to the status quo or to the person delivering the praise. Pay attention. Under this potent lunar light, words carry extra weight, revealing the hidden frequency beneath them. Compliments that once felt warm might suddenly feel off, hollow, maybe even subtly manipulative. That's your intuition, screaming. That's the pink moon's clarifying energy cutting through the BS. You might notice it, that praise that feels more like a carefully constructed cage than a pair of wings. Think about it. Someone applauds you for being so selfless, always putting others first, right when you're feeling utterly depleted, running on empty because you haven't honored your own needs. Or maybe you hear, "Wow, you're so calm, nothing ever seems to bother you," usually delivered right after you've swallowed your truth, choked back your authentic reaction for the 100th time to keep the peace. That's not a compliment. That's containment. That's an energetic signal reinforcing a pattern that keeps you playing small, palatable, manageable. The ego might puff up at the flattery, sure, but your soul craves freedom. It craves expansion. And it knows, deep down, when praise is really a permission slip to stay stuck. Now let's be crystal clear. This isn't about becoming paranoid or cynical. Not every compliment is a hidden trap. Genuine, heartfelt appreciation is a beautiful, vital energy. Some praise is pure gold, offered with love and recognition of your true light. This is about developing energetic discernment. It's about becoming conscious. Here's the test. Does the praise make your soul feel like it's sitting up straighter? Does it resonate with the truth of who you know you are, deep down? Does it remind you of your strength, your potential, your authentic self? That's gold. Hold on to that. But if the compliment subtly asks you to shrink, if it flatters your ego, but simultaneously reinforces a limitation, if it celebrates a version of you that requires you to stay small, quiet, or overly accommodating to be loved or accepted, that's a decoy. It's fool's gold. And under the revealing light of this pink moon, recognizing these energetic decoys is everything. Walk away from praise that requires your diminishment. Politely decline compliments that feel like shackles. Because the real you is starting to rise, pushing against those old containers. And frankly, not everyone in your life is going to celebrate that emergence. Be prepared. Your body knows before your conscious mind catches up. It always does. The days leading into this pink moon portal, this April 12th, 13th window, they are already humming with subtle, sometimes bizarre, physical and energetic sensations. You might be brushing them off, as random, as nothing. Maybe you shouldn't. Have you felt it? Sudden bursts of heat or cold, maybe just in your hands or feet. A strange, metallic or sweet taste appearing in your mouth out of absolutely nowhere. Those little muscle twitches or eye flickers that seem totally random. Or that bizarre, unsettling flicker of, wait, I forgot something important, only to realize logically you didn't forget anything. You're not going crazy. You're not broken. You are sinking. You are tuning in to the incoming frequency. The moon doesn't just exert a gravitational pull on the Earth's oceans, it pulls on the water within you. It interacts with your bioelectrical field, your nervous system. This pink moon, even before it reaches its absolute peak, is acting like a giant cosmic amplifier. If you're even remotely energetically sensitive, and if you're watching this, chances are you are. You'll feel the pressure building before it fully lands. Think of these weird physical glitches and sensations as energetic echoes. They're like little spiritual earthquakes, micro-tremors signaling a much larger tectonic shift in the underlying energy grid. They are evidence that your physical vessel is trying to recalibrate, to adapt to the incoming higher frequency ripple. But here's the fascinating part, the counterbalance to the weirdness. Alongside these symptoms, many people are reporting something unexpected, a sudden, almost urgent wave of motivation, an almost impulsive need to clear things out, to start something new, to fix something broken, to finally change. It can feel like a piece of your future self, the version of you that exists beyond this energetic gateway, is literally pulling you forward, and your body, your energy field, is scrambling to catch up, triggering these physical adjustments. So, listen to that impulse. If you've been randomly inspired to declutter your space, to finally send that text or make that call, to dive headfirst into that creative project or business idea you've been avoiding, do not ignore it. That's not just a random whim. That is your soul, your higher self, preparing the ground for what's about to be activated by this pink moon. Because when this moon finally peaks, when that portal energy is at its most potent, the people who moved when they felt the subtle nudge, the ones who listened to that inner knowing and took aligned action before the wave crested, they are the ones who will find themselves perfectly positioned to receive what they have proven they are ready for. Remember, readiness isn't passive, it's demonstrated. Now let's talk about something specific, something unusual happening in the sky during this period that carries deep symbolic weight. On April 12th or 13th, depending on your location and the exact timing, the moon itself will briefly pass in front of and cover the bright star Spica. It's the brightest star in the constellation Virgo. Astronomers call this a lunar occultation. Simple enough, but energetically, symbolically, this is profound, almost hauntingly so. Spica, in astrological and esoteric lore, is deeply tied to concepts of purity, untapped potential, the inner harvest. It represents the rewards that come not from loud pronouncements, but from quiet, hidden work, from patience, from self-alignment, from cultivating your inner garden. So when the moon, representing our emotions, our subconscious, our receptive nature, momentarily eclipses Spica, even for a short time, something deeper gets triggered within us. Think of it like this. A part of your inner truth, your clarity, your connection to that pure potential represented by Spica, might feel like it's gone quiet. It might feel temporarily veiled, obscured. You might notice over the coming days perhaps even starting now, that something you were confident about suddenly feels blurry, uncertain, almost as if the signal has been temporarily lost, like it's slipping out of your grasp. Do not panic. This doesn't mean it's lost forever. It doesn't mean you were wrong. It's simply gone into a kind of energetic shadow, a temporary holding pattern. Understand this. Sometimes the universe pauses your momentum not to punish you, but to prepare you, to allow for a necessary refinement before the next big leap. And when that truth, that clarity re-emerges from behind the moon's shadow, it won't be quite the same. It will be sharper, more grounded, more deeply integrated, more undeniably yours, because it had that moment to refine itself in the quiet dark, away from the noise. So, if things start to feel uncertain or vague around this time, especially concerning your path or inner knowing, don't push against it. Don't force clarity that isn't there yet. Allow the temporary dimming. Let it pass through you. The clarity you're seeking, it's already on its way back. It's just coming back stronger. Now, this next part, you won't find it marked on any astrological calendar. You can't set an alarm for it. You won't find it on a clock. You'll feel it in your bones. There's a part of this pink moon passage somewhere nestled within the peak window between the 12th and 13th, where time seems to bend. There's a specific, maybe roughly 1 hour stretch, where something profound shifts, not necessarily in the sky, but in the very air around you. Some call it the veil thinning to transparency. Some call it a portal within the portal. Whatever label you use, understand this. There is a window where the energetic fabric becomes hypersensitive, hyper-receptive. You might physically feel a sudden drop in temperature for no apparent reason, or experience a moment where silence hits differently, like it's not just the absence of noise, but a deafening, intentional stillness. The atmosphere itself might feel charged, pregnant, almost too still. Your own breath might suddenly sound incredibly loud in your ears. A random thought, memory, or image might flash through your mind with unusual emotional intensity, pulling at your chest, and you won't immediately know why. That's your cue. That's the signal. That's the 0 hour. That's when the energetic membrane is most permeable. My advice: don't try to force anything during that time. Don't scramble to do a complex ritual unless you feel deeply called. The most powerful thing you can do? Simply be present. Be still. Allow your awareness to expand outward, gently. Listen not just with your ears, but with your entire being. Sometimes the most critical guidance, the most significant energetic download, doesn't arrive announced with trumpets and signs. It shows up as a subtle, internal knowing that something fundamental just shifted. And if you can simply hold space for it, lean into that feeling without needing to immediately define it, you will receive exactly what you are meant to in that potent window. This pink moon carries a also powerful current of emotional liberation. You might catch yourself doing something that feels strange, almost paradoxical. In the days leading up to, during, and immediately after this moon, you might find yourself remembering something painful. Maybe a past heartbreak, a betrayal, a loss, something that once utterly broke you. And instead of the usual sting, the familiar ache, you might find yourself smiling, or even letting out a soft laugh. Not out of mockery, not because you've become disconnected or callous, but because something deep inside you has finally, truly stopped resisting the memory. The charge is gone. That's not dysfunction creeping in. That is freedom. That is the sign of profound healing taking root. This pink moon is actively helping to dissolve the guilt that often comes with surviving, with moving on, with finding joy after pain. You're not just healing old wounds, you are fundamentally rewriting the emotional rules you've been unconsciously living under. And one of the biggest, most insidious rules many of us carry is this: you're only allowed to feel peace when things look peaceful on the outside. Or, you shouldn't feel joy while someone else is suffering. Or, if you're truly healed, you wouldn't still think about the past. That's over now. Let this pink moon energy obliterate that outdated programming. There is absolutely nothing wrong with smiling, while metaphorically standing in the ashes of something that once burned you to the ground. There is nothing wrong with feeling light, even giddy, while walking away from something objectively heavy. Some of the most authentic, powerful forms of healing look completely wrong or confusing from an external perspective. People might not understand, they might judge, but your soul knows the difference between denial and genuine detachment. You might find yourself being misunderstood right now because of this. Why aren't you grieving the right way? Why aren't you processing things like you used to? Let them wonder. Let it be. That misunderstanding is part of the detachment process. Stop explaining your lightness to people who are only comfortable speaking the language of pain and struggle. Let this moon remind you, the paradox isn't a mistake, it's a message. Your freedom doesn't require anyone else's understanding. Now, brace yourself for this. The days surrounding this pink moon, April 12th, 13th, are likely to feel indecisive, but not in the usual mundane way. This isn't about forgetting what you wanted for dinner or wondering which email to answer first. No, this is deeper. This feels existential, pressure-filled, strangely inevitable. You are likely to come face to face with a choice, a significant one, and the defining feature of this choice will be its silence. No flashing signs from the universe, no overwhelming gut feeling pulling you definitively one way, no convenient synchronicities pointing the way. Just two doors, maybe more, both seemingly open, both waiting, and no one, nothing, is going to walk you through either one. And here's the part that makes it so deeply uncomfortable. Neither option is obviously wrong. Neither path is screaming, danger, beware. That quietness, that lack of clear cosmic guidance, that's the test. Why? Because you're used to the universe leaving breadcrumbs, right? Sending feathers, numbers, songs on the radio. But this time, it's quiet. Not because the universe is absent, but because it's watching. It's trusting you. This pivotal moment isn't about choosing the correct path according to some external destiny map. It's about you realizing you've graduated. You've grown out of needing cosmic permission slips to take any path that feels aligned with your evolving soul. This pink moon is testing something sacred, your ability to make a decision based purely on who you are becoming, not who you've been. It's asking you to choose from your sovereignty. So, when you face that silent crossroads, ask yourself this: which option would the most healed, most authentic, most courageous version of me choose? Not the easiest option, not the safest one according to old fears. Which one feels lighter, even if it's harder? Which one feels like an expansive stretch, but not a fundamental betrayal of your core self? If you stand there waiting for the perfect, cosmically approved answer, wrapped in certainty and guarantees, you'll miss the entire point. This pink moon isn't here to validate your specific choices. It's here to validate your ability to choose from your own inner authority at all. And yes, you'll probably doubt yourself immediately after you make the choice. That's perfectly normal. That doubt isn't necessarily a red flag signaling you chose wrong. Often, it's just the echo of your old self, the outdated patterns, realizing they no longer get to drive the bus. They're throwing a tantrum because they've lost control. Acknowledge the echo, thank it for trying to protect you in its own way, and keep moving. So, when that moment arrives, when you're staring down that silent choice and the universe offers no map, remember this: growth doesn't always come with a guarantee. Sometimes it just comes with a door and the courage to walk through it. Okay? Remember way back at the beginning when I told you that you were about to play a crucial, pivotal role in someone else's life, that you'd be a catalyst, maybe without even knowing it. This is it. This is where it connects. Because of the inner work you've done, because of the frequency you're now holding, especially if you've navigated these pink moon energies consciously, because of the choices you're making from that more authentic place, you have become the trigger. You won't get a memo. There won't be a flashing sign. It will likely be incredibly subtle. You might say something completely innocuous, something small. Make a decision that feels perfectly normal to you. Post something online without thinking twice. Simply walk into a room holding your new frequency. But to someone else watching, someone whose own soul is ready for a shift but hasn't consciously recognized it yet, your words, your action, your very energy could be the precise spark that ignites their own transformation. The domino that falls, the moment everything changes for them. And listen, it won't always look pretty or feel comfortable. As you radiate this more authentic, perhaps more potent energy, some people might suddenly pull away from you, feel threatened, get triggered. Others might feel inexplicably drawn to you, maybe even opening up in surprising ways without consciously knowing why. Understand this crucial point. They are not reacting to you, the person. They are reacting to the version of themselves that your energy, your alignment, has just exposed. You've inadvertently become the mirror reflecting a truth, a potential, or a blockage within them that they didn't know they were ready or unready to see. This isn't about conscious effort on your part. You don't need to try to be a catalyst. It's about energy. It's about resonance. You are radiating something different now, something more aligned with your soul's truth. And people feel that, consciously or unconsciously. So you might feel strangely magnetic one moment and confusingly misunderstood the next. Strangers might overshare. People might hover energetically. Others might create distance. Your only job: don't chase, don't shrink. Stay centered in your own truth. Because this pink moon, in its mysterious way, has potentially turned you into a living transmission. Every aligned choice you make, every boundary you hold, every time you speak your truth with clarity and kindness, you are unconsciously giving someone else energetic permission to break free from their own limitations. And here's the wildest, most humbling part. You may never consciously know exactly who you impacted or how. You're not necessarily here to witness the bloom that results from the seed you unintentionally planted. You're here to be the spark, to hold the frequency, to be the living embodiment of the shift. You, just by being you, by navigating your own journey with increasing awareness and courage. You are the moment that changes everything, disguised as something perfectly ordinary. Embrace that subtle power. Whew, that's a lot. This pink moon energy is potent, transformative, and demands our awareness. It's a time of reckoning, release, and radical realignment. If you're still watching, if you stayed with me through all of this, I want to genuinely thank you for your attention, for your willingness to explore these deeper currents. Did this resonate? Did any part of this message hit home for you? Let me know in the comments below. What's the biggest thing you're feeling or thinking about as this pink moon approaches? Sharing your experience helps us all realize we're not alone in this intense shift. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, if you want more content that dives deep into the hidden energies and cosmic shifts shaping our reality, please consider clicking that subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Your support truly means the world and allows me to keep bringing these messages forward. Until next time, navigate wisely, stay aware, trust your inner knowing, even when the path isn't clear. Take care and subscribe for more insightful content.